This is the Roz and Mocha Retro Show.
All right, we are back with another week of the Roz Mocha Retro Show. I am Shem. That is David Maury. That's Maria.
Hi.
How are you guys doing?
Good, are you?
Everybody well?
Good. Happy birthday.
To?
I don't know, maybe someone's birthday that's listening.
All right. Happy birthday.
I almost said thanks. My birthday's in
Confused?
April. Jeez. This is where we dig back into the archives of the Roz and Mocha Show and relive some of our favorite moments. And I always ask who wants to go first, so I'm just going to go first this time. Is that cool? All right, so going back to 2014... Okay, let's be very clear. Roz is, at least at work, is not always the most fashionable person, right? We kind of crack on him for his outfit choices. Well, there was a time when Jason Priestley visited the show. And typically when we have a celebrity come in or a guest come in, we'll take a picture, post it on social media, all that good stuff, right? Well, listeners clowned Roz heavy for whatever he was wearing. You got to listen to it. It's ridiculous. Check this out.
Roz and Mocha Retro 2014.
Jeez.
You all right, dude?
Yeah, so if you're just joining us,
Damn it, Maury's the meanest person.
like, you're real. That's like such a mean girl. Like, that is such a mean girl move, what he just did. So if you weren't listening, yesterday, Jason Priestley was in, and after the interview, we took a picture with him. And I guess people on the internet didn't like what I was wearing. I had, like, a shirt on and fingerless gloves, and I was wearing a scarf. And just read one or two of those.
What's with the gloves and scarf?
Yeah,
LOL.
okay, who
What's
cares?
with those gloves?
What do you
LOL.
care?
What's with the scarf? LOL.
What do you care?
Roz, I love you, but why are you sharing clothes with your girlfriend, Catherine?
So what if I am?
I was okay with the whole sharing of the underarm deodorant, but scarves too? That's a little much.
Well, so why does somebody... So what? What are you saying my scarf was feminine? Like, okay. And then, so what Maury does is he calls Stephen Kojokoro. You know him as Kojo. He was the fashion expert on Entertainment Tonight for years. And so this is what Stephen Kojokoro says.
This outfit is a tragedy and a fashion faux pas and screams a fashion victim from head to toe. I mean, I do not know what quote-unquote straight man would wear a white belt and a glove.
Okay. But again, so my whole purpose of I know people say terrible things about me on the internet sometimes, but I don't understand why Maury gathered it all up and then handed it to me as if I'm supposed to be appreciative when he just gave me a dossier of people that don't like me. That's a move of a mean girl.
Yeah, not cool, bro.
Am I wrong, Maury? Maury? Am I wrong? I was just trying to help. Help with what? Help with what?
I think in a situation
More.
like this, you don't have to come to somebody's defense whose defense isn't needed.
More. Listen, I've been having lately a real hard time crying and been feeling terrible about myself. I might need you to help me out with that.
Can we take this call real quick?
Yes.
It's 416-870-8888, line 1. Go ahead.
Hi, I just wanted to call and let Maury know that I agree, that was really mean.
Right?
And he almost ruined the show.
Why? Could you imagine, and I get that we have, it's public, like the show, it's ours, it's mine, it's Maury's, it's Mocha's, but it's also your show. You know what I mean? Like, we have people, you're allowed to comment, you're allowed to say whatever you want, you're allowed to think whatever you want. And I know that people in the world will hide behind certain things or feel a certain freedom, and they can say whatever they want. And somebody can destroy me or Mocha or anybody they want. It's your right. You're allowed to. But I don't have to pay attention to it. And then for Maury to sit there and gather all the hateful information that was said about me yesterday and then surprise me with it, like I'm going to be so appreciative of the whole thing and I'm actually going to learn something, to me was the move.
Thank you so much for showing me all the mean things that people have been saying about me online.
It was really mean, and he must be really upset with you. What did you do?
I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did, but that was, to me,
that is a lover scorned.
That is a move of a mean girl, That's what we're trying to get out of schools.
Poor Maury, I feel bad. He must be, I really like Maury, but that was a pretty awful thing to do.
Thank you very much.
Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for the phone call today.
Have a good one. Bye.
Take care.
Maury, you've been on the show the longest. Would you say that Roz's attire at work has changed in the last.
Has it evolved?
Well, because now that he's not doing television, I think that he doesn't really wear like fancy clothes anymore. Now it's kind of just like whatever's balled up on the floor the night before.
That was very diplomatic, I must say. That was a very good way of
Well
saying he
done,
dresses like
Maury.
garbage. All right, who wants to go next?
I'll go next.
Cool.
So speaking of Roz, we all know that Roz has had his fair share of relationships and given relationships advice. And so he decided to give the best relationship advice to what some Roz and Mocha fans would say. And what he was saying was that if you come home at the end of the day and start complaining about your day, it is a relationship killer.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Let me just write that down.
Roz and Mocha Retro 2013.
How's my advice on Twitter going over? I just gave the single piece of greatest relationship advice ever given. By the way, Dr. Phil, what? And just shut up. That's the, I don't mean to harp on this, but I meet people all the time and I talk to people. Everybody's got problems in their relationships. And the main problem that I see a lot is, and Maury's so guilty of this, is everybody has to be an expert. You can't just let the person you're with have a thought. You immediately, as soon as you hear something that they're into, or a way that they've changed, everybody just runs online and you read the first website that's there, and then you need to become an expert on something so you can do battle. Everybody loves to do battle. And just shut up.
Can I speak?
In a relationship, just shut up sometimes.
At Kiss925 Toronto on Twitter, by the way. Sabrina says, best piece of advice for men in a relationship came from at Roz Weston.
Thank you.
Hashtag smart
It's not
man.
hard.
At Mikey B says, best relationship advice
Mikey
ever.
B. Right.
At
It's not
My
hard,
Live Spot
man.
says, life coaching with Roz and Mocha. Tip for a good relationship, STFU.
Yeah.
Exclamation mark.
Just shut up. Every now and then, just shut up. We need to talk. It just always, whether it's you're texting constantly with the person you live with, or you're on the phone, or you're at home and you're telling each other, you're boring each other with how terrible your days are. Listen, when you live with somebody and they have a terrible day, you know they have a terrible day. And then what do you do when you see them for the first time? Talk about how terrible your day was. Don't do that. Just shut up.
And listen.
Just shut up. Don't say anything sometimes. Sometimes you don't even need to say anything. Maury, what are you shaking your head
Worst
for?
advice.
Oh, my God.
Is it not the whole point of being in a relationship to have an opinion?
No.
What?
No.
Like to be able to talk or to be able to... Like, I want to hear how bad Matthew's
There's
day
nothing.
is.
I don't. I think that there's nothing worse. I think sitting there and venting to your partner is a relationship killer.
No, I think
sometimes,
it's a
you know
bonding
what?
experience.
No, it's not. You know what? Work sucks. That's why they call it work. You don't have to love what you do. And going home and ranting about your horrible day to the person that is supposed to be, your home is your sanctuary. You're supposed to be comfortable there. You're supposed to be relaxed there. Nobody wants to be bombarded with negative energy all the time.
Well, whatever. He loves to hear all about you.
Wow.
Anyway.
No, but I will say, if Jenna, my fiance, comes home, if she had like a terrible, terrible day, I'll ask her about it.
You're asking. There's a difference, though.
And she'll tell me about it. And so she can vent.
Yeah, no, there's
and
a
I'll
difference.
sit there and I'll listen.
There's
I don't
a
mind.
difference in that. There's a difference in that.
Right?
Yeah, you're talking with each other. She's not talking at you. She's not using you to vent. Don't use the person that you live with to vent.
But your thing
Don't
about
do
being
that.
an expert, though, is you're allowed to have an opinion. You're allowed
there's
to
nothing.
share
You know
an
what is?
opinion.
You know what, Maury? I'll tell you something. There's nothing that I find more frustrating, as well as entertaining, than listening to two idiots sit there and try and out-expert each other on something that they each know nothing about.
Last night, Matthew thought his appendix burst.
Okay.
And I was telling him it didn't burst.
Right.
He was Googling online. I'm like, no, if your appendix burst, you'd be in a lot more pain than you are now.
Why are you fighting about that?
Because his appendix didn't burst.
But you're not an expert, though.
I think I can know between burst and not burst, between pain and just lying there going, oh, I have
But
gas.
when it's not you,
you'd be in pain.
This is what kills me in a relationship. Two idiots sitting there arguing over something that neither of them know anything about. And it ruined your night, and you spent way too much time talking about that. It's just that you're not an expert. Don't pretend to be an expert. Just shut up.
It doesn't take an expert to know that it would hurt more.
I'm telling you, when you're in a relationship, do yourself a favor and the person you live with, and every now and then, just shut
But isn't
up.
he with me for my smarts?
No, Maury. Nobody is. Please, people, just shut up.
So what's funny is, Maury, you disagreed.
Well, I still disagree. I think that you need to have some sort of an outlet. And if you can't, share your feelings with the person you live with, there are times where Matthew will complain about his day and I'll complain about my day. And I think that's awesome because there's no better bonding than helping someone through something.
Yeah.
That's why I disagree.
There you go. Look at that.
Right.
I like that.
And with all due respect,
Oh, no. Here we go.
it hasn't hindered anything at home.
Okay, well, props
That
to
hasn't
that.
hindered anything.
Other things have, though. All right, Maury, you're up next.
Okay. Maria, where did you learn how to kiss?
I don't think I was taught. I think I just did it.
Okay. Well, if you were around in 1911, you would have been very thankful for this lesson. Here's a clip from 2013 on a lesson on how to kiss from 1911.
Oh.
Roz and Mocha Retro 2013.
What is this thing from this How to Kiss a Girl, Maury?
Oh,
What?
It's from 1911.
Okay, hold on here.
Hang on.
Explain.
It's instructions on how to kiss a girl from 1911.
But where, though? Is it government issued? Is it from the military?
No, it's
Who
like from
wrote this?
like a Cosmo magazine from back then, like a women's magazine that's like
From the year
here's-
1911.
Here's what you need to know on how to
It
kiss.
says copyright 1911 by the Common Sense Gum Company.
Common Sense Gum Company.
Whatever that is. Okay, so just in case you're wondering here, there's no way that you're going to do this on Maury, is there, Mocha?
Absolutely not.
Okay,
well,
so
no,
I
it's
should
for the
just-
show.
So I should just go ahead and read it then?
No,
Okay, so it reads, stand facing her. That's step number 1, obvious. Number 2 is
Hang on.
nothing screams 1911 than point number 2 on how to kiss a girl. So point number 1, stand facing her. Point number 2, do not tell her your intentions. Point number 3. Oh, thank you. This is what the world was like in 1911. Okay, so again, point number 2, stand facing her. Very basic. Point number 2, do not tell her your intentions. Point number 3, do not ask permission.
Don't ask permission before you kiss her.
No, so don't tell her what you're doing and don't ask permission. You just take it. Now, look dreamily into her eyes. That's point number 4. You may hold her right hand in your right hand if you wish. That's very specific for something that seems to be an option.
Yeah.
It is well.
and hold on. At this point, does
It
she
is
still
well
have no
to
idea what you're doing?
sigh a couple of times about this stage of the game. Whisper softly that her rosebud lips remind you of Cupid's bow. Babe, your rosebud lips remind me of Cupid's bow.
See?
Yeah. She will probably drop her eyes and blush when you say that.
Probably.
Place your fingers of your left hand under her chin and tilt her head back slightly.
Like you're checking for her pulse.
Draw her gently towards you. Do not hurry. Gaze deeply in the love lights which slumber in her eyes.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Sigh once more. Incline your head towards hers until your lips. But wait! Do not kiss her until you know that she uses Listerine Pepsim gum. The only antiseptic gum in the world. The only chewing gum that makes a safe kiss. If she is a Listerine Pepsim gum girl, then go ahead and kiss her. People were so easily fooled back then, huh? Like, I'm convinced if I had a time machine right now, I could go back to 1911 and in a week I'd be a millionaire. You know, people were just so stupid. They really were. They really were. People were so easily fooled.
Well, just judging by that, of course.
I guess what they're saying is that it's an antiseptic gum. So I think that this really is, this whole ad is, it has to do with herpes. Saying that, hey, if you chew antiseptic gum, don't worry about it. Even if she has a herpes on her mouth, you won't get it because the antiseptic gum clears all that up. That's what I think they're really trying to say. But in 1911, you can't put herpes on a poster. So they just did one of these.
Gross.
Gross.
Has anyone taken that advice?
I mean, it's the same way we kiss now, right?
I don't know.
I don't know, but I mean,
More, you have Sunday kiss, or is it Sunday hug?
Sunday hug.
So,
Oh my God, I tried to Spider-Man kiss Matthew yesterday. It didn't happen.
okay, I have. I shouldn't ask.
You can ask
but
what is really?
No. I know what the Spider-Man kiss is, but like,
where were you hanging
where
from?
were you? That's what I'm saying. Where were you
Matthew
hanging
was
from?
lying on the couch, and I sort of, his head was on the couch pillow, and I came over him.
Right.
And he thought, I think I came in too, like, unannounced,
Too
and
hot.
it scared the crap out of him.
Oh, no.
So,
And he jumped.
So you looked more like a gremlin versus Spider-Man.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Better luck next
So
time.
the kiss didn't even happen at all?
No.
Oh, he just said, get away from me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He was like,
Damn. All right. Well, ending on that note, that's another episode of the Roz Mocha Retro Podcast. Again, thank you so much for listening. Feel free to share your moments with us that you'd love for us to relive, and we'll do that on an episode. So peace. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10.
on Kiss 92.5
Kiss925.com.
or download the Kiss 92.5 app.